After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello.
Are we fuzzy?
No, it's just
Okay.
the camera's adjusting.
Okay. Hello. Welcome to Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 117. It is August 26, 2014, about 2:30, quarter to 3 in the afternoon. And we hope you're having a wonderful week.
My name is Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy, on Ravelry, Plurk, and just about everywhere else on the web.
And I am Marlucia, also known as Lady Fernico, just about everywhere, even some of my writing sites now.
Make sure to grab yourself a hot cup of tea
Cuppa.
or a cuppa.
A cuppa.
Un cuppa tea?
Cup of tea.
Cuppa tea.
Chai tea.
I have that peach tea again. But make sure to grab something nice and comforting to drink. As you can see, we have changed location. Oh, before we go into that too much, the song you've just finished listening to is After the Ball is Over by Ren Ross, obtained from MovieAlley.com from Mevia. Okay. We've changed locations.
We received a very nice, supportive PM. I received it actually from one of our viewers. I will not mention her name because I don't have permission. Suffice to say that she was both very encouraging and very helpful, and she'd given some suggestions, and this movement was in response to.
I mean, and we had considered moving prior.
We had, but it was kind of a little shove to get us going. So she knows who she is. Thank you for thinking enough of the podcast to make the suggestions. I'm sorry, Ty, go ahead about the lighting.
This is probably the best it's gonna get.
It's just an old house.
It's just an old house with not a lot of lighting available.
Until we get some kind of lighting, if we do, it's going to be a little bit difficult to get balance, but I think we have a fairly good balance in here.
And this is actually even with me adjusting the camera, so.
Yeah.
Anyway. We went through that.
Okay. Do you want to do the new reviewers, or do you want to go into...
The viewers first, and then we'll go over the cow stuff.
Okay. We have one new member. Well, first of all, I want to welcome all... We want to welcome all new...
No, only Mom wants
only
to welcome.
I want... I'm the people person. She's the techie. She doesn't do welcomes.
Live long and prosper? Wait, yeah. It's
Live
like,
long...
Is it with the thumb out or the thumb
No,
in?
I think it's together like that.
I think you're right.
All you Star Trek geeks out there, you can correct us if it's like that. But
I'm pretty sure you're right. I'm pretty sure it is.
anyway,
together.
yes. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers. We're glad that you came back. If you have been with us for a while, if you've been with us and you're not a member of the group, please join us. We'd like to have you with us. You can win prizes and have all kinds of fun. Just join the RAV group on Ravelry.
The Rav group from Ravelry, huh?
As opposed to the RAV group on somewhere else. And then we want to welcome one of our new members, our new member who registered, who joined us officially. That is Stealth Dragon, who is Sam. She's from the Knit Run Dig podcast, and you really should see it if you haven't seen it. She's got an archaeological flair to her, and she's really wonderful. Her voice is really nice. She's got that British accent.
Does she have a new one now?
I'm not sure if she has had a new one out since we bought the bag. Okay, but she is getting back on schedule, and she's really fun to listen to. My schedule, yes. So we welcome you, Sam, and all of the rest of you who have rejoined us or who are joining us for the first time. We hope you stick around. We are in the middle of our cow.
Yes. Okay. So we have had a cow going from July 1st to September 30th. Those of you who have been playing in the PHN playground for a while know what I'm talking about. But for those of you who are new, this is the Cardiac Read-Along, Cal. For these past 3 months, we've been trying to focus on cardiac awareness, encouraging people to, if they're feeling short of breath, having chest pain, to go and talk to their doctor. Cardiac disease is very prevalent in this culture. Heart disease, cardiovascular. Just generally advising people to go and get themselves checked out.
It's very important.
In the Ravelry thread,
Yes.
we will be having whips and FOs that will be eligible to be drawn for prizes. What's required, though, is that they have a significant amount of red. Only one whip picture per project per week and one FO picture per FO per week may be eligible for a prize. So if you work on 5 projects, you can post during the week. You can post each one of those 5 projects if they have some red in it. But if you also finish one of those projects during the week, you may then post the finished object picture as well.
So what she's saying is if you started 5 projects at the beginning of the week and you finished all 5 of them, you could ostensibly have 10
Yes.
entries.
And you may not have even started them all 5. It
Right.
doesn't matter when they were started, just as long as they are finished
Within the
during the
time
period of time, or not finished, just as long as they are worked on
Right.
during the period of time of the cardiac read-along. They don't
Right.
even have to be finished.
Right. We're giving you guys a lot of leeway here because we want you to win prizes. We have a lot of new prizes.
And we also want to have people talking about cardiac, thinking about cardiac. We covered heart failure last week. And it was touched on by Turbo Knitter Kenneth
in his last podcast.
So
and you can see what he has to say
yeah,
about it.
you can nip over there,
Yeah.
and he'll probably be doing a section on cardiac quite frequently, I gather. So
and we want to
and
thank,
his is the Turbo Knitter podcast. So
Right.
I'm not sure if I said that.
and we want to thank Kenneth. He's Turbo Knitter 64, I think.
The Turbo Knitter.
That Turbo Knitter. Okay. We want to thank him for the shout out. Just for mentioning us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kenneth. I guess he actually goes by Ken, but
Yes, we always call him Kenneth.
so said that prizes. Speaking of Kenneth,
Yes.
you,
Who is not George, as you remember.
who is not George.
Yes.
He has donated some gorgeous lace weight yarn,
3 skeins.
3 skeins, to this cardiac Cal. We are each donating 1 book. She's donating the Crochet Red, and I'm donating Knit Red, and these are pattern books, which also have like heart healthy
Recipes.
in the back.
They have tips as well? Like,
I
where the
only they probably do, but I only really remember the recipes.
yeah, I haven't looked, so.
I have it. I've had the book for a couple of years. I got it on pre-order. I guess it might have only been 1 year, but I had it on pre-order, but I haven't used any of the patterns yet or
Right.
the recipes.
And I got mine when it came out, which was this past year.
You know, I think I might have gotten it a couple of years back because I think I was still a cardiac nurse at that time.
And you also were doing those red socks and everything. You got everything around the same time.
Yeah.
Because I think that was the first one that came out.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So that's okay. We have those prizes. We also have
There's also 5 pattern donations from Sarah Jane Deny.
deny. Why would you deny that? She's being a nice person.
Designs.
Wow.
Sarah Jane Designs. I don't know what Sarah Jane is denying, but she's denying while she's designing, apparently.
Well, she has a beautiful corset pattern out now. I could not
A corset?
probably wear it anymore. Yes, it's a corset.
Like as in
as in a corset.
like they would wear medieval.
Yes, and it ties up the back, laces up in the back.
Oh, it's very cool for like if you're doing a like a steampunk thing.
Well, that's exactly what it is. I mean, she does a lot of steampunk thing, either that or a medieval thing, and it's her daughter is modeling it, and it's one of those dresses that's kind of like a not like a sundress, kind of like across the top where it's all elasticized, and then the sleeves are down like this.
Right,
And
medievally.
she's got the corset. I couldn't wear. I'm too old to wear like that. But she looks really cute.
Well, you said you wanted to wear my cloak the other day.
But that's different. A cloak is different.
Anyway, she is giving, she's giving, as a prize, 3 different of her ebooks and 2 patterns of the winner's choice.
Mm-hmm. For one of each of 5 winners.
Yes.
And we have also 3 patterns from George, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Who is 10 hours or less.
10 hours or less, and his patterns are fantastic.
And he is George.
And he is George. He's not Ken. Okay.
And then Knitty Girl, who is Heidi
Mm-hmm.
of the Undead Yarn podcast and yarn shop, is donating a skein of lovely yarn.
Mm-hmm. And this is the yarn here.
I'm not using the yarn that you guys are winning, but
Yes,
this
she is. She's using the yarn that you're winning.
This colorway.
She's going to take it all out.
As you can see, it works up nicely.
She's going to take it all out.
And then we also have 3 yarn prizes from Brittany, who is viewing, a member of the group.
Yes. Very generously donated.
Yes, and if you want to share your projects on Instagram, #PHNRedCow.
Courtesy of Polly.
Yes.
Okay, so now, did you have anything or for awareness facts, or are we pretty much
No,
done?
we're good right now.
Okay, so that we're going to move right on into rough draft, which is our whips.
I have 1, 2,
I have 4.
3, 4, 5, 6.
All right, well, you get to do 2 at the beginning or 2 at the end or whatever you're going to do.
I guess we can do 2 at the beginning. Okay. Well, the first one I can't really show you anyway. That's the easiest way to do it, probably. To do that one as a 2. Design is in progress. It's another toy design. You can't see it yet. You've been seeing sneak peeks on Instagram where it's like you can't really tell what it is.
I didn't see any sneak peeks.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I have to get on Instagram.
Davina keeps asking me every day when I'm going to finish this. Or actually, not if I've
She's really
worked on
excited.
it.
Yeah, she's really excited about it.
Even when I've been at work the night before for 12 hours, she asks me if I worked on it. But, sorry, there's a little fly.
And I want to thank everybody who's been praying for Davina. Thank you very much. It's been helping a lot. She was so excited that her friends over at Penhook and Needles were praying for her. It is helping.
Mm-hmm.
So please continue praying if that's what you're doing for her, sending good wishes. It's helping.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
But this is her toy design. She doesn't get to have the prototype she wants, the one that I'll be making after I've actually typed up the pattern. Because the prototype's not quite in the color she wanted.
Yeah.
So.
And we can't say any more about that.
Nope. Second one I'm going to talk about, I worked a little bit on.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Okay then.
And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay. You do that. Alright. In the Plover Bird bag, which is the Batman bag that was a custom design for me. Love this bag.
It's a neat bag.
This is my project that I call Inkheart. It's the Lush pattern by Tin Can Knits. Using Miss Babs' Yowza Wetta skein in the fountain pen colorway. I am making it for Mom. This pattern was gifted to me by a member, Nurse Kim Knits, and I totally just tossed my, that's not where it goes, my tape measure, because I'm working on the sleeve and I have to measure every little while. I'm going to 17.5 inches for Mom, whereas I have to have, Mom actually has normal arm length.
I lost half an inch, Tanya, when they measured me today.
Oh, how tall then?
Well, with the clips, 5 3/4.
I told you were shorter than
See,
me.
now you can't yell at me when I say I want to lose a couple pounds.
Yes, I can. Because it's stupid.
I don't say what.
And we're not going to have this discussion on the podcast because it disgusts me.
Aw.
So, here we are. The sock, it runs away.
You want to hold it?
Yeah, please. So here's the sleeve. It doesn't look much different than it did last week. Because it's light worsted, it grows a lot slower than the sweaters I've been working on. I've been working on a lot of bulky sweaters
Because
lately.
this is Miss Babs, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And the ink, whatever colorway.
Inkwell. She doesn't listen to me when I
don't.
speak. So
it's
there
mostly
we
a
go.
waste of time.
You can see the lace turning up a
It's
little
a pretty
bit.
time. And the color is actually pretty good in here.
It is. Well, I also adjusted the color on the camera.
Mm-hmm. But we're not washed out in our faces either.
Mm-hmm.
Which a lot of times when you adjust the camera, doesn't it wash out our faces?
No, it just generally makes it look weird, generally.
Yeah.
Or I try to say generally twice just because
Generally.
I generally like to be
It reminds
redundant.
me of Amy when she kept saying, what was it? She kept saying, what was the word she kept saying? Literally. Literally. She kept saying literally.
I laugh at when people say literally because a lot of times it's not literally.
Well, it's funny because she kept saying, and I'm not going to say literally, and then she kept saying literally. It was just hysterical. Okay.
All right, it's not my turn anymore.
All right, my Dragonfly cardigan, I did a lot of work on my Dragonfly cardigan. I'm not going to show you the sleeve that I finished again. I still haven't seamed it. We didn't have a whole lot of knitting crochet time at the top of the week, but I am, whoops, okay. I'm almost finished with this sleeve. I was hoping to have this,
Are you having issues?
I just want to find where my loop is. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I don't lose my stitch. I'm working on the decreases for the shoulder cap on this, and I'm actually going to 18 on this instead of 17.5. I wanted it just a little bit longer because the height of stitches is not quite what it should be for gauge. But
Perhaps.
I'm enjoying this. Did you drop a stitch?
Yep.
Oh, you find it? Okay, good.
Well, I still have to fix past that.
But it's moving along really well, and when I finish the sleeve, all I have to do, I think, is seam it up and put the sweater together. It suggests that I block it first, so I'm going to have to do that as well. So I'm hoping I can finish the sleeve maybe tonight or tomorrow and block it, and then put it together, and maybe have my sweater. I think I'm going to put a clasp button on the front at the waist. Depends on how it falls when I put it on. But I'm really happy because I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And this is by Shannon Mullet-Bowlesby. It's a Sunday cardigan, and he writes a really nice, clear pattern. And he's very available if you have questions, which is really nice. Okay, so that is that one.
Be interesting for a couple
Be
seconds.
interesting. She wants me to be interesting. I don't know. Anyway.
Because I'm in the process of trying to drop stitches.
Yeah. Okay. Well, she's fixing her stitches. I don't have a whole lot to say about my Dragonfly cardigan. But, are you ready?
No.
No. She does this to me all the time. She just expects me to be interesting and amusing and...
Talk about Toby. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to introduce Toby. This is Toby. For those of you who've been with the podcast for a while, have already met Toby. I think I made him for not Pinktober. Not pink. I made him for the toy along, I think for the second toy along, didn't I?
Oh.
And he is by, I believe, Sonia Delvin.
Devlin.
I think it's Delvin, actually.
Really?
Yeah. This is an interesting pattern because of the way she puts the limbs on it, and I can't tell you because it's a paid pattern, I believe, but you can check it out on my my project page.
I'm hearing Nicole say in my head, where's
Nicole? Where's Nicole? Happy birthday, Nicole. A little bit late.
I think we might be okay.
Oh, yeah?
Now. Let's see. Yeah. It was, sorry guys, I dropped a stitch right at the end of the row, so.
Anyway, you will see Toby probably a lot because he lives here. And he's with No Maker's Yarn on the top, and I think this is just Hobby Lobby something or other on the bottom. So Toby will go here with his little Toby eyes.
That is like the most comfortable pillow ever. Anytime I take a
Toby says
nap,
he is not a pillow.
anytime I take a nap in here,
Toby
Toby usually supports my head. So he's actually in really good shape considering the fact that he gets used.
Yeah.
The next project I'm going to talk on, I didn't work on a lot. I just worked on it here and there. I kind of told myself I don't need to be rushed on it anymore.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Eastwood, which is a cabled Afghan cow, the free one that Edie Ekman is doing with Creative Bug and Red Heart Yarns. I am probably, as of today, I'll be 2 squares behind. what I'm actually supposed to be at. But I'm not rushing it anymore. I have other projects I really want to be working. Not that it's not enjoyable, but I had between designing the pattern that I'm working on and having other projects that really were catching my fancy, I didn't want to rush the squares.
You want to enjoy a square if you're going to do it.
The squares are very enjoyable. The patterns are gorgeous, but I had other things that I really wanted to work on, so this got only a little bit of love. I'm using Knit Picks Andes del Campo in the Cilantro Heather colorway. And
Kind of an odd, I wouldn't say it's cilantro, I guess it's green, but I guess it could be. Kind of like greeny gray, whatever.
This is in this bag. It's in the Kissing Bunnies. The new very large sweater bag by Cloverbird. And this square is quite nice. I think she calls this the ensign braid square.
Oh, yeah. For the military? Ensign?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the center one is an ensign braid. So, didn't get very far along on it because it's more complicated than the squares prior. And it's not that it's difficult, I just had other things that were less complicated that I really wanted to work on.
And in our house, sometimes it gets very chaotic, and if you're going to be doing something, it needs to be mindless.
Or the fact that generally when I wanted to work on something more complicated, I wanted to be working my pattern because Dewey keeps asking about it.
Because she's so excited about it.
So that was me. Your turn.
Okay, I have what I'm working on right now. This is the Hawkeye scarf, and it's a personal pattern. I'm not sure how I feel about this in a scarf. I think I'd like this yarn a little bit better knitted. But I think somebody will like it. I made a little bit of progress on it. Actually, I made quite a bit of progress. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see it now. You can see the raised front post, back post.
Yeah, you can see it now.
And it's, fairly long. It will be a charity scarf. I think somebody will like it. It's a little busy for me to wear. But I think somebody will like it. Kids like it with the jeans and the stuff like that. And I'm having fun with it. It's pretty mindless. I just kind of do my stitches, and I can watch TV, and I can talk.
It's very wide.
It is. It's not very wide. I mean, once they, Yeah. If it's too narrow, it won't be warm enough.
Yeah.
For people who are.
I think almost more like a Doctor Who scarf, which is fairly.
I don't like really thin scarves. They don't do anything.
I'm like them really thick. They feel bulky.
But it's living.
Of course, I prefer cowls.
Speaking of Doctor Who, it's living in my TARDIS Bigger on the Inside bag. This is a Tangerine 8 Designs. Tangerine Design. Tangerine Design.
Issues.
I am. And it's her sock bag. And that's one of the first ones I bought from her. So, yeah. Your turn.
My next project is the one I'm working on as a second. I started, I think it was last week? Yeah, it was last week.
Started what last week?
The Simple Skip Socks by Adrienne Koo. I'm calling the project Raph, after Raphael of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, wasn't that a great pattern? I think we mentioned it yesterday. The cloth that, I keep forgetting who did it. Who posted it?
It wasn't directed to me, and I haven't really.
It's a fabric. It's a fabric.
I saw it, but I haven't caught up in Ravelry.
And if we're coughing a lot, please forgive us. We're having some allergy issues over here still.
But this is Undead yarn in the Vampire Base in the Freddy colorway. And I have just finished the gusset. I actually literally just finished the last row of the gusset. I'll be starting the foot as soon as Mom starts talking about her next project.
I think Ken was talking about the gusset on his sock today.
You see, I do love the gusset.
He was saying he liked it.
Yeah, he likes how it fits. I think every single time I've done this pattern, I think I've done the gusset wrong. It's a free pattern, so I can say this. On the right side, you're supposed to slip, then knit, slip, then knit, slip, then knit, all the way across.
When you slip knit like that, does that mean that the slip stitch doesn't get worked at all, or do you have to pull it back over and then work it?
No, it's literally just slipped.
Oh, okay.
You work every other stitch.
Okay. So you're decreasing?
No, the stitch is all still on your needle.
Okay.
It's just, it makes it a little tighter.
Okay.
So you slip knit every other stitch all the way across. Then on the wrong side, you slip the first stitch and purl all the way across. And it gives you this kind of almost rib. Oh, you can't see it. I don't think it's going to show up well enough.
Whoops.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah, you can see it.
It gives you kind of ribbed look to the gusset.
It looks almost like the stockinette stitch or something.
No, stockinette doesn't have that kind of ribbed look.
No, I mean the V thingies.
Well, that shows up on every stockinette stitch. It gives it almost a ribbed appearance, which my other socks don't have. So I think prior I wasn't reading the pattern, and I did a slip, purl, slip, purl, slip, purl on all my other socks. So this will be the first time I've actually done the heel right. And we'll see how I like the fits.
She'll probably like the other one better.
Well, if I do like the other one better, I'll continue like I did with the confetti sock the accidental way. If I decide I like this way better, I'll just tear back my heel turn and my gussets for the confetti socks. I haven't picked up for the, I'm sorry, I'll tear back my heel turn and my heel flap for the confetti sock and do it the right way. Because I haven't picked up for the gusset yet. So,
you're not quite as far on those.
No. I'm about here on the confetti sock. I'm in the middle of the heel turn. Actually, I finished the heel turn. I was about to pick up for the gusset. But if I decide I like this heel turn better, this heel flap better, I'll just tear back and do the heel flap properly.
So is that just a generic, it's not like the fish lips kiss heel or whatever?
I honestly can't tell you. I just know it is a gusset heel, but this is the only pair of socks I've consistently done.
Okay.
That's it for this.
Okay, let me just finish the stitch here. Okay, the next project that I worked on, I'm back to doing about a row or two when I go to the Blessed Sacrament Chapel, or if I have a little time, because I kind of still have to concentrate with my knitting. It's in my Knitting's My Bag, medium-size French ladies bag, and it is my Apple of My Eye baby blanket from the Newborn Baby Blanket pattern by Altadena Green. And I'm almost to the point on my yarn where I've used up as much yarn as I had used up before. Not quite, but I'm getting there. It doesn't look as wide because it is a bigger, it doesn't look as long, like long, wide, up and down. It doesn't look as big going up and down vertically. But I've used almost as much yarn as when I started, and I'm all tangled up for some reason in my skein. Let's see here. I have talent. Okay, there we go. So you can see I just finished the knit row. No, I just finished the pattern row. And this is a free pattern, so I can tell you that it's like a multiple of 4 to 1, except for the garter stitches, which is 6 on either side. And I like it. It started out with like 71, and I increased the cast on by about 20 stitches because I wanted it bigger.
Looks like I need to go back 2 rows. I did too much for the gusset, too many rows for the gusset.
You see the pattern. See the pattern? I think you can see it a little bit. My stitch markers are not playing nice. There we go. See the pattern there. Wrong side there. So it's on my my Knit Picks 10.5 interchangeables. And I like working with Knit Picks interchangeable harmony needles. They hold on to my yarn a little bit, and as a new knitter, that's good. So that's good. It's all you.
Okay. I think I went 2 rows too far because I have too many decreases. Let me just
While she's doing that, I'll tell you my design that I've been working on has been put on the back burner until I can finish my sweater because I don't have enough time in the day, so it's sitting. It will get some love as soon as I get the sweater finished.
I think that it was actually supposed to be.
Why don't you do that after you do your...
Well, let's see. 19 rounds. So, this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Girl. Okay, I'll have to fix it in the pattern as well later. Okay, well, that's obviously not what I'm supposed to be at. I have to take that too. Anyway, I'm supposed to have 14 stitches on my first needle, my fourth needle, and I actually have 13 stitches on each of those, so I had to tear back 2 rows. But it's okay. Talking about tearing back, the Sarah pattern, well, I'm calling the project Fisherman's Cardigan, but it's the Sarah pattern by Jennifer Hagen, using Barocco Comfort Chunky in the Barley colorway. I discovered that I did the cable wrong. The way that it's charted is, she doesn't use traditional charts. It's very hard to read, and I couldn't tell what I was supposed to be doing easily.
Does she have written patterns?
She does have written, but I find it more annoying just to work off the written for cables. So I found online a free site that lets you put a pattern in and will convert it into the chart that you need. It's called sweaterproject.org. It doesn't save it or anything. You can save it to your computer. So now it's in traditional charting for me, because I can't stand the way she charts. Maybe someone else will find it easier to read, but it's not the traditional way. I can't make rhyme or reason out of the way she does chart. I find it very frustrating.
How do you like the pattern otherwise?
I like the pattern just fine. I just hate her charts.
Don't hold any punches back, Talia.
Well, it was frustrating because I tore back 6 inches
Go ahead.
of, maybe it wasn't quite 6 inches. It was 4 inches at least of cabling. That was annoying. But
I'm sorry, when you said that, it just reminded me of the sweater that I had to tear back and the fact that Ken got that yarn.
yes, I saw that.
And I was like, oh my gosh, maybe he'll have better luck than we did.
By we, you mean you?
No, I mean me and Nikki.
Although Nikki did come.
She finished it, but she also said that she didn't like it much.
So I've restarted this. I've done 2 rows. You can't really see the cabling at this point.
I love that color though.
Oh, it'll be beautiful when it's done. It's just, I'm hoping now that I have the cables in a format that I can read easier, I'll be happier with it. Because I was not enjoying the idea of working off the chart that was there, but I wasn't willing to give up on the sweater because I really wanted the sweater.
Awesome.
So,
yay for perseverance.
I'm surprised no one else has complained about the chart. It truly is terrible.
Okay.
So that's it for me.
All right, my last one. You don't have any more at all, or
No.
okay? My last one is my Into the Shire shawl.
Maybe you have one more project than you realize.
No, I have 4. And you did 2 at the beginning. That's why
Yeah.
Oh, you.
That's what it is. I did 2 at the beginning.
But that would be 5.
Yeah.
I thought you said you had 6.
No, I think I said 5.
Sorry, I got a little bit dry there. In my Pontific.
Oh, I
bag,
did. I am missing one. Okay, sorry, go on.
In my Pontific bag, it is my Into the Shire shawl from the Staggered Shells wrap pattern by Patons. I'm using Heidi's Undead yarn, which I love. I love her yarn. Look at the way it's coming out. And these are not exactly my colors. It's a little different than I expected, but I love the way it's working up. It's absolutely gorgeous. The pattern is driving me nuts. I've gotten to a point now where I'm going to have to sit down and look at it, and if I still don't understand it, I'll see if Talia reads it differently. But I don't understand how they're getting 2 together the way they're crocheting it. So I need to figure that out, because I could easily have this finished in a couple of days if I could just understand what the pattern is saying. And I'm not the only one. Normally I would put that down to the fact that I don't always get patterns correctly, but I looked on other people's project pages. There are 30 projects, and several people have said this pattern is just, it's hard to read. The pattern, the written pattern doesn't match the charts, and things like that. So I would still do this if I can just find a consistent way of doing it. I think I would do it again, but it is a little bit annoying. Okay, but I think the finished project will be project will be worth it. It works up fairly fast when you know what you're doing, when you understand what you're doing, and I think it will block out really nicely as well. And this, like I said, is the Heidi's yarn, undid yarn, in the Shire colorway, hence the name. Okay.
So, that. The next project I'm going to speak on that I'd forgotten about is Springtime, which is a Diana's Hat pattern by Joanna Johnson. And yay, Brittany, for starting Diana's Hat. I know you've been threatening for a while.
She has been infected.
And I'm hoping you're enjoying it as much as I have. I am doing this in Cyborg's Craft Room, a Socolate in the Without Borders colorway. And it's another hat for Davina. She does enjoy them.
She wears her other one all the time.
She does.
I say, hey, Davina, you can't wear it with that plaid or that pattern.
Yeah, she doesn't always get the patterns don't go. But it's in my Birds on a Wire bag by the Clover Bird. A little bit of work on it.
I like the colors. It's pretty.
They're fun colors to work. It's really nice having Davina like these kind of colors to wear, because these wouldn't be colors I would wear, but I am enjoying having them on the needles. So it's very convenient.
It's nice for us to be able to work something that we normally just think is pretty, but what are we going to do with it?
Yeah, because it's not my favorite color. I wouldn't wear it, but Davina will. And then I get to enjoy working on it.
I think
that's
it for our whips?
Yes.
I don't have any on the bookshelves, do you? Any Feffels?
No, I don't.
Okay. And no edits? Do you have any edits?
What's edits?
Edits is what needs to be blocked or
no, I don't.
Button? Okay. Writer's block. No. Yes, writer's block. I don't have any of those. Okay.
It would next be royalties.
Royalties. Okay. My magazine that I told you all about last week, I think I told you all about it last week, came in. I don't think I showed you this one. I showed you the other one. It's a British magazine. I got the last one at our local bookstore. Well, actually, the one in Manassas, not the one in Winchester, although they are there as well. It is Simply Crocheted. Another one was Simply Crocheted. I like their patterns. See, the mini owl kit is free. It came with the magazine. I love the British magazines for that. But yeah, I'm going to show them that too. There are two things that made me buy this magazine. The first one I have marked, and I thought at first it was a pullover, but it's actually a cardigan, and I just love it.
Is it a cardigan all the way down, so just buttoned at the top?
It's a cardigan all the way down.
Okay, I couldn't tell.
I don't know if you can see it very well.
Well, that's even better, Mom, because you always get so,
I get hot. Denise understands why. Anybody over a certain age knows why. Anyway, that is the sweater it's on the cover actually here, but I didn't want to take off my owl. And the other thing that kind of what made me buy it is, and there are several patterns in here, but I just want to show you these two. How cute are these? I love them. They're cute. Yes, Kenneth. How adorable is that? And he said that, and I said to him again, like I always say to Diana, Diane, how do I answer that question? He said, what's he talking about? Something, he said, how cute is this, or something, and I was like, how am I supposed to answer that?
So cute.
He makes me laugh. But that's what I got. This is my only stash enhancement, and I had ordered it before the podcast. So I'm actually doing pretty good on stash enhancement. Nothing really substantial. Although my husband said he'll take me to Red Thread if I want to go. He's offered two weekends in a row to go to Red Thread. Wet Thread, which is local to us, not in Winchester. That's Never Enough Yarn, the other direction in Warrenton. So that's kind of cool.
So autobiography. Wow, we're really breezing through this.
Yes, we are. Awesome. Do you have anything in autobiography?
I got involved with a writing site that I had been involved with, 2010 I think was the last time I was on there.
Yeah, we both did this.
It's called F2K. I'm not even sure what F2K stands for.
It had something to do with 2000, I think, didn't it?
I don't know.
I don't remember. You know,
I wasn't there for its inception.
I was there toward the beginning. I don't know if I was in the first class. I think it was maybe the second or third class.
It's connected to the Writers Village University, which both of them now have a little bit of a price to join because F2K is like $10. It's just to keep.
If you want a lifetime membership,
yeah.
You pay it once and you're done.
Well, everyone gets a lifetime membership.
Right, F2K though.
Yeah. Because the idea is they were getting too many spammers.
Right. And the village is a little more pricey, but you have classes that are involved with that, among other things.
I think of F2K almost as being more of a writer's retreat.
Not a retreat. It's more like a writer's
workshop
group kind of thing, you know. Whereas WVU is a little more serious. They are part of the same. I guess for lack of a better term, umbrella.
Yeah, same people are involved.
Yeah. So
I don't do as much at WVU. I'm more involved in F2K. It's more my speed. And unfortunately, their site's down right now. But I got a little bit rich, and I actually got poetry, which I don't normally write.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was very good too. You have to share it with the next Autism Awareness.
But got a little 500-y. Was 577 words written last night, even though the site was down. So I hope it should be up Wednesday. In time for me to go to work.
Yay! That's when our first episode. Lesson is supposed to come out. But I also am in the F2K. She got me back in. I have done F2K
We got
before.
in just under the wire.
Just under the wire for this session.
You can sign up for as many as you want after you pay the lifetime membership of $10.
I wrote a 500-word piece to that for one of the prompts they put up as a warm-up, and I did a 154-word drabble for that as well. I critiqued a chapter for my WVU people, which is the other side of the house, and I also posted let's see, I posted an image to my 500 Club, which is a different site for a prompt, and I wrote about 600 words to the shared story because I still have the shared story with all that's been going on. So I got a lot of writing done this time. I was really happy about that. I don't think there's anything else for me, but you have some stuff still.
No, I don't.
Oh, you didn't want to mention your... Oh, okay. So
that's not yellowed.
Okay.
No, I'm done.
All right. So we already thanked...
What?
I completely forgot.
Oh, no, that would have been bad to forget.
That would have been bad. Okay.
I received a message from one of our members, Maria Wilhelmina. She gifted us a bunch of her stash.
Yes, for whatever upcoming prizes, be they CALs, be they milestones for podcasts, milestones for whatever, or CALs. These boxes are full of yarn.
Yes, very full.
Very full of yarn. We have some wonderful prizes in here. I don't want to take them all out. Suffice to say, there are different weights and different fibers in here, and you guys are lucky, and we're jealous. So
it's very nice.
It's really nice. So we want to thank her. I hope that thank you note gets to her, Talia.
I have to find a new address. I wrote it. I sent her a message as well, but I used one of Brittany's cards.
Okay, because we want to make sure it gets to her. She's in the process of moving, so we want to make sure she gets it.
What address oh, we'll talk about that after.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. I don't want to talk about it on the podcast, but we want to thank her for that. It was completely unexpected and much appreciated. Thank you very much. We have wonderful, generous viewers and sponsors, and y'all are great. Y'all are terrifically great.
I got the count right.
Yeah, she's not listening to me.
You're rambling.
I am not,
Rambling
in fact.
Man. Who sings Rambling Man?
I don't care.
It's a song.
Yes, I know. That's intelligent.
I know.
Very unintelligent. Anyway, we thank Maria Wilhelmina very much. We thank everyone else who has been so generous as to donate. We're going to say goodbye. It's very, wow. Yeah, it's a short one today. So we want to thank you.
Like I said, it surprised me.
We thank you for joining us. We have to go clean the kitchen. Woo! So we're going to wish you a very wonderful week full of knitting and crocheting and spinning and dyeing and whatever it is you do that makes you happy. And we hope to see you here next week. God bless and have a wonderful week. This is Penhook and Needles. No, not Penhook and Needles. It's Penhook and Needles, episode 117, and that's a wrap.